My advice would be to let it. Oh yeah, if you've got a decant.
any of it means. I don't know what I'm doing here or where I've been, but hey, I know you, your face. I've seen you before.
Right.
It's 1994. It's 1994. Hey, and this guy. I've seen this guy. Where am I?
It smells like cigs.
Stockwell! Stockwell! This is also familiar. It's in 1997 and 1994. Can you hear me out there? Can you hear me? Stockwell! Stockwell, I've been looking all over for you.
I just found a pot.
What does Ziggy say?
Ziggy says I just found a pot.
Yeah, I built it.
Does Ziggy, can you tell us any what year we're in?
Well, it's sort of 73 and 78. Kind of in the middle.
1973 or 78.
So in the middle of that, whatever that is, what's the middle of that? And you have to add in 3% gravitational pull for every full moon. So then that adds another 17% off the center.
That means, oh my God, August 6, 1976. You, young man, come here, please tell us. How do we communicate to your kind in this year, 1976?
We're just like you,
the string guy?
I don't see it. None of you look anything like us.
We were all the same inside, remember?
When I left, it was 2038.
Are you sure?
What? Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this.
Out of metal?
Yeah, steel.
These guys aren't paying attention.
What's happening?
It won't take much time if you can hear me. Can you hear me out there?
I think it's time to rock.
Can you feel me? Can you hear me? Do you hear anything on the YouTubes?
It's kind of...
Press the...
You getting me, right?
Press the blue
Are
button.
you getting anything, David?
I don't know. Are we look at the
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Tommy, can you feel me?
Tommy, can you feel me? Can you see me? There's some kind of weird...
Let's improvise the entire Tommy thing ready right now. Go.
Here's what I'm getting.
Have you ever fixed the children so excited?
Are you straight or queer?
Can we smash the mirror? We always
They
know.
see, what's this whole thing? Peasant?
I've had enough of this. Let's take some time here.
I've lost my beverage.
That was my cue.
I'm gonna hold on to the pot though.
What were you supposed to do?
Pass the guitar to Jeff.
Nothing?
Oh, I was told I had to be...
Let's cut the black. Let's cut the
Beer.
black.
You got a beer.
The levels are there, they're there. I just can't tell.
Oh, jeez.
What's David's name?
It's pretty good one.
David Craig.
You got a beer. You got a beer.
David.
I was told I got a beer.
My pants are all backing up, man.
Put your pants back on. What's going on with your pants, man?
Sorry, they're all jacked up.
It's really on there. It's just really low.
I got my beach combing.
Play it now while we're paused.
Still.
Can you hear anything?
Oh, you're
Play it
good.
back. Go
I was on the
backwards.
beach, man.
Were you?
Yeah. I was down in Bend.
Volume up.
No, I came home and you're up there in the old Sun River.
Giving
It's
me
like,
live
it's a fresh one.
broadcast.
Sun, yeah, for freshie. Sun River I was.
Fucking A, we were exploring Oregon.
Hear so much about it.
Apparently, Brad Pitt and the guy from Shameless Lip hang out in Bend. Yeah, what a bunch of dicks, huh?
All right, we're going. Here, let's just start. We're going in.
We're getting arrested, Jeff. That man's gonna arrest Jeff.
I love this guy. This guy's great. This guy's great. Here, bring her in. Give me, get my guitar. Yeah, bring her in. Love this guy. Love this
Tried
guy.
about 4 different
Brian
cuts
Shaler.
of that thing.
Custom Revolution. Yeah, man. We got some. We got some hot mess here, and I still can't figure out what time period we're in, but
What time is it?
I'll tell you.
Here, you need this.
I know what time it won't be.
That's where I live.
You know what time it won't be? It won't be long, yeah, it won't be long, yeah, it won't be long, yeah. Every time the days go down, my son. How was sound on that? Anything there?
Hey, good times, you guys. This is fun times. I haven't sat in the middle of the Peasant Revolution band in a while. Love the rockin'. He's like a brother.
Yeah, I know. Right there.
That thing is buzzing, man.
Yeah, I tried to get the ground happening.
What the fuck are you doing? What's that running?
I don't know. Here's my mic. Yeah. Oh well. We have any confirmation yet on that audio? Or?
Yeah, people are doing I just posted those pictures. Like I went from the beach
I don't know what we got happening
to
here.
like a shitty apartment picture from like the coffee shop.
Yeah, it's good, man.
in the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Well then I guess we're back. I guess
Yeah,
we're back.
I don't. I
I'm
apologize.
sorry,
I just.
Well, you know, it's a funny thing, and you know, we're all newbies to this technology. Boy, ladies and gentlemen, it is great to be back on this Memorial Day weekend. We got such a busy night that I actually have to. There's so many people in the audience. I actually have to turn on the sound system and put my commanding voice over those guests. We have a lot of guests tonight. And Mr. Rich Reese, let's see how your mic is doing. You hear anything there? Oh, I think we're getting you. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Rich.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah. There we are.
Let's go ahead and get things under control here.
We're getting there. We're getting under control. Rich, how are you? It's been a while.
Oh, I'm doing great. It's great to be here.
Yes.
I was down on the coast today, and then I made my way back to the valley.
Straight from Salem that you got here.
That's right. Yeah, I started off in Florence, made my way over to Eugene, and then up to Salem, and then right up here.
And how were things in those regions?
Oh, they're pretty good. I have to say the pollen count is a little high.
Yes.
The farther south you get in the valley.
Yeah,
So,
not too
you know, I
bad.
came
That's
over
pretty
Badger
legit.
Mountain, and my eyes just, they flared right up once I hit the country fair area.
Yes.
And,
That may have not been the pollen.
You think-
That time of season where things happen
you
down
think it might
there.
have been scabies?
I've had worse
Oh,
in the country fair.
probably
I've had
true.
worse.
Yeah.
Not dead men tell no tales.
So I understand you had a birthday a few days
I
ago.
did, and I would like to also
Oh,
take
no,
this
that's-
time
that's not
to
necessary.
thank you for this wonderful gift that the Reese family provided to me.
Oh, gosh. Well, you're,
Yeah, look at that. Their
you can't
own
even imagine
wine.
how
You can
welcome
get
you
this.
are to it. Yeah.
You can get this yourselves in person at the Sea Lion
At the
Cave.
Sea Lion Caves, that's right. If you can find a better cave, it's probably in New Zealand.
Not in the Americas.
Yeah, there's a
The
bigger one in
Americas.
New Zealand, but you can't get to it. So,
This is unrehearsed.
And
Oh yeah.
the other thing I wanted to bring up is since we are on Memorial Day
That's
weekend
right.
here,
I'm afraid he's gonna start talking.
Memorial Day I like to.
No, we should just
Memorial Day, I like to think about all the important workers who struggled to get us these rights on Memorial Day. Okay.
oh, sure. Yeah.
So on this day, I like to focus on the workers' rights and all the labor that's gone into building this great country. Isn't that what it's about?
Now, trench diggers all union, like it's a closed shop, right?
We're so pro-union that we're not union.
Okay.
It's like union's not union enough.
Okay.
So I'd say we're like we're a post-union production house.
Oh, you're post-union.
Post-union.
Well, it's pretty easy for us in our demographic to think that we are post something.
Maybe it's more like trans-union. It might be more of a trans-union thing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So-
We might be spreading out, trying
Sure.
different things, maybe going into postal services, things of that nature.
Right. That sounds like that's a solid opportunity there. But I was thinking, I visited a few cemeteries today.
Really?
And I was thinking, find me a decent war we've been in the last 70 years. I can't think of anything. Have we been in any good wars since, like,
Well, the
45?
Falkland Islands was pretty important. Was that us? The Falkland Islands? I guess that was more of a British thing.
I think that was the Brits and
It was
Argentina.
the British. It's a lot more important than people in history gives it credit for.
Sure.
Falklands.
Well, that's where...
Noriega. I know a guy, a friend of ours, parachuted in to go apprehend the villainous Noriega in Panama.
Was that Bobby Caesar?
Is Bobby Caesar in the house?
No, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's out of here. That might have been. He's,
They have a
he
they have
did
a curfew
do.
in his neighborhood.
Right.
So now all the houses are worth over $700,000.
Yes. They can't have you staying out later than 10.
Even judges have to be in by 10 now. So.
Puts a bad reputation on the neighborhood.
Yeah. For
Well,
all the pot-smoking judges out there,
you need to smoke more pot.
Yeah.
These laws are
by
working
10.
for us.
I did it a couple
And we're gonna listen. It's a busy night. We got a lot planned for you tonight. We're gonna take a quick little break. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. All right, we got a break.
Well, you're probably wondering where I've been. I went crazy. I'm gonna just be the first one to admit it. And let me tell you something, I really have been missing this Safford Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste of City coffee. Just couldn't get enough of it while I was away. Had to be smuggling that stuff in, and was a real challenge. You know, I think that's just something that us creative folks have to do. You know, every once in a while we just go crazy, and it happens, and we just try to move on. You know, we just try to get our self-respect back. I think I do that by just settling in and having a cup of Safford Brothers Downtown Blend Taste City coffee. It's always good, and you're gonna find that too. So have a cup, and you'll love it.
We're right back here in the Trench Digger studio. We got all sorts of crazy stuff going on. If we could get a screen where a little bit more nothing on there. Yeah? No, okay. That's fine. It is what it is.
It's not that they're like these beautiful pickups.
Yes. Well, we're back, and
it's
a little quantum
cool
freak for you.
I'm
your host, Jeff Dodge. We are here celebrating Memorial Day.
That's right.
One of my favorite holidays to celebrate all the hard work of Americans.
That's right. And speaking of Holland Day,
workers are not dead. The working class is very important in this
Memorial
country.
Day, it's about the guys that didn't get out of the uniform.
Hey, let's get this guy a mic.
Yeah.
And the cable.
The mic broke. Do you know how to fix that?
Yeah, I'll work on it for a while.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Peterson has joined us in the studio.
And speaking of, he'll take some time out to thank the labor movement for this great holiday, like you were talking about.
No, I'm good. You got a flashlight?
Well, he's putting his labor to use right now and doing. There is some major technical stuff going on here. This is called mic cable repair, and you're seeing a live emergency mic cable operation.
Okay, that's good.
Careful. You might.
Oh dear.
I don't know. That's dangerous.
You all right?
You could.
This is.
Don't kill the ground. Don't kill the ground.
This is gonna take a minute.
Is there something
Very
jerry rigged here?
Oh my God! What are you doing?
Scott's got tools.
I don't. Oh, okay. The knife has come out. We might have to. Let's cut away from this. This is not. I don't know if we can show this on the internet. Maybe. This isn't going to put us on the dark web, is it? This is a dark web moment.
It's really dull.
Yeah. So
this is gonna take a minute, Jack.
Okay, I'll cover for you. Why don't you go ahead and handle that? But yeah, so Rich, the Memorial Day is a wonderful weekend. What you went to the coast? Where did you start there, or did you do anything to start off the
I
weekend?
started off in Portland,
yes,
and which is where I live.
The Kenton Street, which I last saw you at the Kenton Street Fair.
It was very nice, and then I went down. I had breakfast with my aunts.
Oh, really?
At the Elmers in Albany.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it was a big day. It was Sunday morning.
Now that's gotta be a classic, Elmers. Is that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How long does that go?
It's got to go back 40 years.
50s, 40s?
I bet it's back to the late mid 70s or so.
There aren't any more Elmers in Portland, are there?
There's one up actually near Kenton, up at the at the horse track.
I remember Elmers being plentiful.
Yeah, there used to be
There's
more.
one on 82nd though.
Is there one on 82nd?
Yeah, like around.
Hey, you don't need to talk right now. You're busy on an operation.
You're gonna know where the Elmers are.
I know, but I don't want him to lose concentration. This is very dangerous work he's doing.
Yeah.
Let's get an update, guys. How's it going? Could you just tell us what part of the procedure are you at now?
Well, we found about 6 months worth of tape here.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's some nice masking tape under this tape.
Oh yeah, this is kind of like the rings of a tree.
Labeled
Number 90s.
Number 2.
So that was a 2 at one point. 2 could have been a snare.
I remember
more than
it
likely
was a snare.
Probably a snare top. Yeah.
You're wrong. Actually, it was Rich's talking mic. We always number that 2.
It was number.
What?
Okay.
But
Well,
there's a new number 2 now.
There's no.
Speaking of number 2s, I think I need to go to the break here.
Okay.
We will be right back after this word from our sponsor. Thank you for tuning in to this very special episode.
Smoking for hours. Door to door, cheap white wine, cheap sugar. Yeah, this is a tasty fish. It's brined in like a brand name soy sauce and cheap white wine, cheap sugar, salt, little herbs in there, and brined overnight. Let it dry out and form a nice little pellicle, they call it in the biz. Nice sort of protective skin on the membrane, and then we'll smoke it for hours on end and just cheap white wine, drink beer and wait. Line cod, barbless line cod, barbless hook, smoking to dry it out, so now get a little smoky flavor. Door to door, boat to boat, free range, line caught, barbless hooked, Chinook. Here's the thing, I gotta tell you, I learned a tough lesson, and now I'm just grateful. It is good to be alive. It's good to be back on making these great commercials for Zaffer Brothers, Downtown Blend, Taste the City Coffee, on the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. I'm just grateful, and every breath that I take is about gratitude. It's about being alive. It's about not going so completely crazy that I lose my mind or go insane or try to fly off the top of a building, something that is not going to work. And so it's good to be alive, and it's good to be able to sit down and have a cup of Zaffer Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste the City Coffee. It's always good. It's good. It's good to be alive, and you're going to love it.
My mic. Where's my mic?
Scott's bringing it. You got that one?
Fucker. Okay, we're coming back live.
Ah, my rotator cuff. Ah.
Oh no. You always say that. Yeah.
I'm looking through you. Where did you go? I thought I knew you. What did I know? You don't look different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you, and you're nowhere. Your voice is soothing, but the words aren't clear. You were above me, but now today. The only difference is you're down there. I'm looking through you, and you're nowhere. Why, tell me, why did you not treat me right? Love has a nasty habit of kissing all the night. You're thinking of me the same old way. You were above me, but not today. You don't look different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you. You're not the same. Why, tell me, why did you not treat me right? Love has a nasty habit of disappearing overnight. You're thinking of me the same old way. You were above me, but not today. The only difference is you're down there. I'm looking through you. You know why, baby, you changed. Oh, baby, you changed. Why, look at you. Oh, baby, you changed. Why, you changed.
Smoke it for hours. Door to door, boat to boat. Cheap white wine, cheap sugar. Yeah, this is a tasty fish. It's brined in like a brand name soy sauce and cheap white wine, cheap sugar, salt, little herbs in there, and it's brined overnight. Let it dry out and form a nice little pellicle, they call it in the biz. Nice sort of protective skin on the membrane, and then we'll smoke it for hours on end and just drink beer and wait. Line cod, barbless hook, smoking to dry it out. It's get a little smoky flavor. Door to door, boat to boat, free range, line caught, barbless hooked, Chinook.
No, until you talk. If you talk, I'll give you the truck keys. Where's my
Here's the thing. I gotta tell you, I learned a tough lesson, and now I'm just grateful. It is good to be alive. It's good to be back on making these great commercials for Safford Brothers, Downtown Blend, Taste City Coffee, on the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. I'm just grateful, man. Every breath that I take is about gratitude. It's about being alive. It's about not going so completely crazy that I lose my mind or go insane or try to fly off the top of a building, something that is not going to work. And it's good to be alive, and it's good to be able to sit down and have a cup of Safford Brothers Downtown Blend, taste the city coffee. It's always good. It's good. It's good to be alive, and you're going to love it.
That's right. There's too many.
Everything is sure cheap.
Well, there's a lot of this marijuana stuff around these days. I've noticed in Portland. It's really negative on the youth culture and everything. I know growing up in the 80s, I don't know. Oh, we're back. We're back, everybody. We're back. Welcome. I'm your host, Jeff Dodge, and today we have a very special guest.
Who are these people?
His name, he doesn't want to be identified, and he actually doesn't want to talk.
I think he's looking at you.
But if we could just have him sit here for a moment.
I'll sit here quietly.
Just kind of.
I need my pocket.
Okay, he's very shy, but this guy is a star of screen and legend.
Only if we can have some music.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
Sure. Do you want some sticks?
No. I'm gonna bang it with my hands.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, is this gonna be like a drum circle?
Yeah.
It's not a circle if it's two. It's just that would be a linear.
Oh, you want to take us through a little spiritual journey thing?
If you're lucky.
Okay, so what would you call this technique you're going to show us?
A spiritual journey if you're lucky.
A spiritual journey if you're lucky. Let's
follow along if you can.
Okay,
Ready?
I can follow this. God, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. I could do 3 hours of this. It might take 3 minutes.
Don't get hysterical.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. See, that's the part that it's kind of like 1,000 voices screaming horror.
No, it's
And
just
then
one
they're gone.
actually.
We
I'm
don't
saying
call them
nice
horrors
things.
anymore.
Oh, horror.
Yes.
Is it horror show or horror?
You can't
horror
say
show.
horror
Yeah.
because it sounds too much like horror. So
You can still
that.
say horror, can't you?
No, because
Yeah,
it
no
sounds too much like
horror.
horror. No, no
Okay.
horror
You're
or
supposed to
horror
just-
because it sounds too close.
That
There's
girl's
the other
makeup
horror.
is
Like
a
Jam
horror
and
show.
Jamaican.
You can't say
What the
that.
fuck are these two?
Right.
The girl's makeup is a horror show. I don't think there's anything wrong with
Well, I don't know.
you know.
We'll
She's
see.
painted like a horror.
We're gonna take that one out
show.
in post.
Yeah, man, chicks are cool. Chicks are cool.
I've heard that too, baby.
I grew up with a couple chicks. They were
sisters?
they were sisters, yeah.
No, did you have sisters?
I had 2 sisters and a lot of these chick cousins, right?
Alright.
And they said, "Don't ever call me chick." And I do. I do
But you can
all
call
the
you
time.
can call them cousins though.
I could call them guys. I don't know if you ever had that relation with. I've always
Oh,
called
sure.
cousins and sisters and girls guys, and they don't take offense to that. They do to chicks. You know, I guess it's like guys when other guys are with each other, especially junior high, and they go, "You a girl, you little girl, or you some kind of woman." Do you remember that? We're from an era where that was like a normal taunt, and now it's kind of acceptable. You could say, "Yes, I am." That's
And then you
fine.
can punch
and
them
then
in the
that's
face
fine.
and it'd be okay.
You some kind of misogynist cisgender fool or
Right.
something, right?
Right.
Which I have to
That
say
happens.
is better than the
Were
alternative.
you ever in a fight in grade school?
I used to joke my way out of it a lot.
As did I.
Was that so? What was your best fight in grade school? What grade school did you go to? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't tell,
All
the
right,
great
so,
John
all right,
Colleen is with us. Tell us about grade
By
school.
the way, that's 2 questions at once, and usually you don't. You want to ask one question and then you wait for the person to. So what was?
This is
what
my
was-
show, I
I'm
will
so
run.
confused. What happened? You threw me 3 questions at once. What was the first one
I'm
again?
going to give you 7 more if you're not careful. So you went
That's
to
almost
school in
25.
Oregon? Did you go to school in Oregon? It's like an SAT.
Yes, I did.
Next question.
Yeah, and I sat at the SAT board.
I hated the SAT. How'd you guys all do with SAT? Is that a thing?
I had 1290.
Jeez, I knew it. I am the lowest.
I don't think that's right because isn't the top 12? It's the 1290. I think that's it.
Oh, it's up though. That's a great score. That's a great.
No, I had a ton of kids at my school did way better. But all the kids whose parents were lawyers.
What's
did
the what's the
Robert broke the bank here. He was
Yeah,
like
he was
one of
probably
the top
like in the
scorers
15s.
and yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the top score now?
S-
What are we looking at?
1600.
It used to be
16.
16.
Yeah, then it went to 24, but my understanding
Inflation
is
is
now
1610 now.
right. They did inflate it 95 the year after I took it. Just so we're all on the
Right.
board there.
You kind of just blew the whole system out. Like,
Yeah,
we
it was my
have
sister
to
who did that.
redo the whole.
I had a 267 grade wise though, so you know where that landed me was
U of O.
University of Oregon. Yes.
Yes. Because they wouldn't take me with a 2.5.
Is that right?
I had a 2.5 at Central Catholic, and
Ooh, that's
I
There
I was student body president, and I thought I could coast on that. That would
really
get me in
student
there.
Boy, a 2.5 at a Catholic. That's almost just like a 2.
Even with his family.
Said Prez.
No, it was like we didn't have Latin or anything. It's probably more like a 1.5. But
And that's not your fault, right?
no,
Yeah.
they wanted to teach us Russian and German, but no Latin. Latin was the public schools. Grant High School taught Latin.
Public
Oh,
schools didn't
sure.
teach
Grant
Latin.
taught Latin.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
bet.
The Grant
that was
kids got
first.
Latin.
That was the first
Yeah.
elective.
And,
Next to
Robert's a
volleyball
judge,
and
right?
next to volleyball
Right.
and touch soccer.
I think they invented racquetball at that school. Is there any truth to that?
I think racquetball
No, it's
was
actually
invented by
Grant had the
Grantonian.
first,
That's correct.
First varsity team in cricket to go to Bombay to play in the finals. It's true.
No kidding,
Yeah,
really.
it's true.
That doesn't really blow the shit out of my mind there. What year was that? Like 85 or so?
God, it's so close. It was 87.
Wait,
Really?
you were a Grant kid, weren't you? Did you
No,
go to
Wilson.
Grant?
I went to
You were
Wilson.
Wilson.
Oh, Wilson, yeah.
Bunch of
That's
crybabies up on the hill.
The other question I had in the milieu of questions I was questioning you with was about getting beat up in grade school. If you
Never
were,
did.
were you
I
like Robert
avoided
Gray,
it. I just
or
ran away.
You run, or would you get a little taunt off?
Both and one before the
Taunting.
other at other
Yeah,
different
yeah.
times.
That's what I really learned at Eugene was get your taunt off
And run like
across
hell.
the street when you got a good 50 feet start on him.
Well, I
and
did
then
it.
worked.
I was
worked.
by the river in Eugene, whatever the river was.
Yes.
I just did the taunt from across the riverbank, so then they couldn't.
Right,
swim
they get a
across.
river between you, and
'Cause
it's
then they
all
would
it's like
be
Game
down-
of Thrones,
They'd be
and
down
the
by the bridge.
Ice King can't cross the water. He's like has
No,
all
actually,
this
the
power.
Ice King can cross the water if you. Well, that's a whole.
All right.
So wait, hold on. So
you think the Ice King?
so even back then, Robert Cray had his own elementary school named after him already.
Ooh, good question.
Is it Robert Gray or Cray?
Oh, Robert Gray.
It was his brother.
Is that? Oh, okay.
No, Aaron Gray played Wilma Deering in Buck Rogers. That's not any relation.
No, that
to
was
this
Barbarella,
comic.
and that was 2 years.
Well, that's Jane Fonda. Aaron
No,
Gray.
that was-
Aaron
we're
Gray.
talking
She
about
also
California
was
Swing
the
with Bill
wife
Cosby.
of stepmother of Ricky Schroeder and Silver Spoons.
Oh.
Ooh, you're doing a Ricky
yeah,
Schroeder
that's,
throwdown.
I worked with
Yeah.
Ricky on a bit. We did a movie together.
How about
made for
this?
TV.
Keanu gave me a ride on his motorcycle.
Ooh, and he still probably got that same motorcycle, didn't he?
Probably not. No. Thank you.
How long ago was that?
30 years ago.
30. And were you his body double, weren't you?
Not body double, but stand-in.
Stand-in.
Which is totally different.
So
Not a stunt
what
double.
is a stand-in exactly in the world?
You
of
work with a
Hollywood?
cinematographer, and they build the shot around you, and they carve the lights around you. And then the actor comes in, and they might ask you something about, well, where did I stand, or where did I throw up, or what's going on.
Right.
And you go, well, there or here or nothing. And then the cameraman was the cinematographer for David Lynch's Eraserhead and Blue Velvet.
Oh, neat.
So I'm staring at him. He
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
just like Donald Sutherland.
Right.
And I'm staring at this guy. He's looking at me, and he's got this thing in my eye. I'm like, that's pretty good. Just stand right there. Okay. Thank you. You're done. That was it. That was like,
Right.
I just stood there for 5 seconds.
Right.
And then
Right.
that could have been, I could have worked 5 seconds for a day. Just standing in front for just the simple lighting setup.
Well, stand-in work's great work if you can.
Well,
get
I'm right
this
there in
in.
the front,
mean,
yeah.
it's
But I
like
got paid as an extra. And that's it. It was $75 a day. But it was my summer. And Keanu drove me around on a motorcycle.
Do you feel ever ripped off by the actors? The stand-in work, you do all the walking and pacing, all the real work, and then they come in and knock it off in a couple shots, and they're back to their fucking trailer, right?
Well, that's kind of the way it is, yeah. They do very little.
It's like not fair, very much. Well, listen, we're
They
gonna
should hire me to do it because I got an open schedule, so they should hire me.
It is so. John has an open schedule. It's so good that John has been our surprise guest today, and we're gonna take a brief commercial break. But we will.
Where do I?
Is
turn
that
away
an
this
effect, or is my cheek that red? Oh my God! What is? It's like Chernobyl.
Is this
or
the
something.
beginning of like a thing
I'm
that
like,
suddenly
is
starts
this
bleeding out of your
graphite?
face?
Wait, this is graphite. This mic is made of graphite.
Все мужчины вас до сих пор обманывают. Когда вам говорят, что любят, вам лгут все мужчины мира. Всегда лгут. Я один вам говорю правду на всю планету. Все мужчины вас ненавидят, женщины. Ненавидят вас. Потому что вы мешаете развиваться мужчине. Когда он хочет вас, вас нету. Он вас покупает своим положением, деньгами, страхом вашим остаться одной, остаться с ребенком. Поэтому все мужчины мира, все преступления в мире совершаются из-за женщин. Все. Нет, несчастного. Какое счастье? Я же ее игнорирую, мне некогда ее заниматься, все ее привычки дурацкие. 30 лет в голове эта дурацкая фраза. Сапоги, шуба, сапоги, шуба. Все, что интересует. Сапоги, шуба, сапоги, шуба. Уже 100 пар сапог у нее и 20 шуб, и все одно и то же. Еще что-нибудь. Я ей говорю, открой Пушкина, сказка о рыбаке и рыбке. Сказка о рыбаке и рыбке. Вот ваш...
People are probably wondering now why Sid comes on and he starts talking about, Safford Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste of City Coffee. But, Sid can't make a real commercial. And, I got to tell you something. This is about as real as it gets because I don't live in the real world. Here I am. I'm sitting around. I'm enjoying a great cup of coffee. And And that's what I'm doing. And so I can sit down and I can find time to talk about that great cup of coffee. You know, I'm going to do that. And that's what's going to get maybe people out there excited about knowing where they can get a great cup of coffee. And that great cup of coffee, you know what it is. It's Safford Brothers. It's the Downtown Blend. Taste the City coffee. It's always good, and you will love it. I guarantee it.
End of commercials. Here we go. Coming back. Guinea.
Well, you're probably wondering where I've been. I went crazy. I'm gonna just be the first one to admit it. And let me tell you something. I really have been missing this Safford Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste of City coffee. Just couldn't get enough of it while I was away. Had to be smuggling that stuff in, and was a real challenge. I think that's just something that us creative folks have to do. Every once in a while we just go crazy, and it happens, and we just try to move on. We just try to get our self-respect back. I think I do that by just settling in and having a cup of Safford Brothers Downtown Blend Taste City coffee. It's always good, and you're gonna find that too. So have a cup, and you'll love it.
Let's bring it up next episode. I'll do Curtis and we'll talk Creek fan. Curtis, why don't you? I'll bring you out and we'll talk Creek fan a little bit. Unless you don't want to, is that right? Or I'll bullshit about the album. Let's bullshit about the
We got an album coming up?
We have a...
Do you guys know any Lionel Richie? Because we could really...
Lionel Richie.
Dancing on the ceiling.
We might be able to figure some Lionel Richie out by the end of this thing. I'll tell you, if anyone out there is watching, go ahead and give us a smiley face emoticon. Is that what the kids call them these days? Emoticon, and then we'll know that you want to hear some Lionel Richie from the band. So we could start that kind of thing here. But I'm not sure which mic to speak into, so I'll speak into both of them. We are getting towards the end here, but I wanted to bring up our new album that we've actually started without you, Rich. I hope you've been very busy and flying around the world lately.
That's right. Well, Satira's had me booked up as far as the sessions go, so I'm really...
Do you guys do You're the Inspiration?
No, but Amy Grant's been flying in for some of these things. It's been really funky. It's super funky. So this will probably date me. Actually, it'll probably just alienate me because I don't think anyone went through this. But I actually cried to Habit to Break, Hard Habit. Oh, sure.
You're a hard... Scott, did you ever cry to Hard Habit to Break by Peter Cetera during the Chicago years?
That was a Chicago piece.
You didn't cry during that song?
No, not a big Chicago fan, and certainly not a Peter Cetera fan.
Peter Cetera never made you cry over a relationship?
Never pulled at the heartstrings.
Are you on? You never needed a little time away?
Peter Cetera?
Are we live?
What's the tune he's talking about?
Live?
You're live?
I don't. I hope we are. Something's live.
Okay.
Something's live.
Yeah, stay live.
Okay.
Stay live.
So Peter Cetera never broke Scott's heart, but he broke mine. I cried. I cried my eyes out. It might have actually been more the relationship than the song. But,
sure.
But anyway, so we're doing this new album, and I don't want to give away too much because we gotta tease it away. But as you can see, Scott has loaned us his 12 string, so I'll just put that out there. There's a lot of 12-string action in it, and I'm hoping it will be my retirement from the studies of the Illuminati and weird rabbit holes I've been studying all these years. So that's what we have coming out for you, is a rabbit hole study. musical rabbit hole study, and
everybody wants to go down the rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole is very long, twisty. Who knows where you'll come out at the end? Like the Enchanted Forest. Did you guys ever go down the?
Oh, sure.
The rabbit hole there.
Yeah.
I remember going with some guys and smoking some pot down there.
Oh.
Did you ever smoke pot in the rabbit hole? Well, I didn't. You know, I mean, they passed it around, and I said no, but you know, I was like, it's a rabbit hole.
Jeff, there's a problem.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Alistair Duff.
There's a problem, Jeff.
Yes.
There's a problem.
Sure. What is the problem?
There's only one thing that can rectify it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Jeff.
goodness.
Jeff, this is your birthday.
Happy birthday.
This is your birthday on drugs.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jeff. Jeff. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, thank you. Oh my God. So I didn't know you guys would remember. So sweet. Well, let's see if I got any lung power left. That's a lot of light there.
What are you gonna do?
Very old. All right, here we go.
Okay, it's time.
It's falling apart like it's melting like I am. It's very apropos.
It looked good.
You know, I went to the Tillamook.
Nice.
I got him.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Someone's
Aww.
lungs for you.
Here, I'll hold the cake so you can hug him.
Yes, thank you, Alistair. Thank you. 49 is sublime. I love it.
I like to.
Did Dan tell you that or no? That's all you. Thank you. My lovely wife, Jamila. You're so sweet. Thank you.
What are you doing, Alistair?
Holding Jeff's cake.
Okay, just checking.
And I don't know what to say except that this mayor that runs things is very.
Well, you know, Steve had some thoughts about it.
You know, Alistair, there's potential of sausage coming.
Jamila, you hold the cake so I can hug him. Happy birthday.
Alistair. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
And it's
Don't sell yourself short, kid. It'll be fine.
times like
This
these
is
that make me
exciting.
feel.
Yeah, those are times like these.
What is the times like these? What are we looking for? What
That's
kind
a
of-
Foo Fighters song.
Well, I guess for my birthday. Okay, here's a good thing to go out on. This is one we never done before, but we have. This goes back to being what it means to be 49.